Hi everyone, before we begin the video, I just want to let you know that this is the first video in this Python course I'm doing for children aged 10 to 16. I will be teaching students how to code in Python in an easy and fun way. Check the video description for more information. I hope you enjoy. There are many different types of computer programming, but the one way to define it all is that computer programming is the act of communicating with computers in order to make them do things. Just as we humans communicate with each other in English, French, and Spanish, humans communicate with computers by using programming languages. We talk to computers using a programming language and typing out in code. Code is the written way we speak a programming language to a computer, just as the alphabet is the written way we speak English to humans. As computers become a bigger part of our lives, it is important that we are able to communicate with them. Just like any other language, we have to learn ways to say sentences and words. Although a piece of code may look silly or complicated, think of it as a paragraph in a different language. Once you learn new words in that language, reading that paragraph will become easier until you become fluent. The first programmer ever was a mathematician named Ada Lovelace. She worked as an analytical engineer in the 1800s and created an algorithm to solve complex math problems. The first programming language was called Fortran, and it was created in the 1950s by John Backus. Fortran is barely used today as it isn't especially useful or intuitive, but it was once the most popular language. The first computer game was programmed in 1962, and it was called Space War. Space War was a two-player game in which each player attempted to take control of the other player's spaceship. As you can probably tell, programming really began to take off during the 1950s and 60s, and that was partly due to many new inventions, such as the computer mouse and ARPANET, which is what was used before the internet. The 1970s and 80s saw an explosion of programming languages still used today. These advancements were a direct result of personal computers. Now let's talk coding languages. While there are over 700 different coding languages, most of which are pretty unknown, there are about 245 commonly used languages. Since many programming languages share the same structure, it is easy for people to learn a new programming language once they have already mastered one before. Some projects require the use of multiple programming languages. Many people speculate that knowing how to code will be as necessary as knowing how to write in the near future. One big reason to learn a programming language is that you can get a job as a programmer. Whether you want to make applications or video games or websites, coding is an integral part in all those jobs. There are currently about 1.3 million people working as computer programmers. The benefits of working as a computer programmer is that you can work from home and also make a lot of money. By learning a coding language, you are taking the first step to becoming a computer programmer. But even if you don't want to be one, learning a language could help build skills such as reading comprehension, problem solving, critical thinking, active listening, and attention to detail. So we already know that programming is when you communicate with computers to make them do something, and coding is a written language that a computer can read. But what else should we know? Well, first of all, a program is a collection of code that can be understood by the computer and make the computer do something. Any icon that you click, yes, even Google Chrome, is a program that is run by your computer. Another important word is syntax. Syntax basically is the grammar of code. Different coding languages have different syntaxes. Lastly, it is important to know what a compiler is, because soon enough we will all be using one. A compiler is a program that helps us run the code we write. This concludes the first video in this series. I hope you learned something new. Please like and share so more people can learn with us. Be sure to look out for the next video that will be coming soon. Bye!